Hello everybody, this is going to be an unboxing and review of the Asus ROG Strix XG258. This is a 1080p 240 Hz refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time gaming monitor. So currently 240 Hz is the fastest refresh rate you can get on the market. This is only a 1080p monitor because that's probably all my graphics card can currently handle. This is actually the Freesync version, so this is for AMD graphics cards only, but you can still use it with NVIDIA GTX cards. It's just Freesync is only for AMD. So let's check out the box a little bit before we open it up. It looks like it has some RGB on the back. You have some logo that illuminates from the bottom of the stand. Oh, box is pretty heavy. There you go. 240 Hz refresh time, 1 millisecond response. Asus Aura RGB, so compatible with Asus Aura. Let's see what's on the back here. It looks pretty cool. This is the 25.5 inch version. Pretty bland on the box, really nothing here. So let's go ahead and open it up and then let's take a look. Alright, Moy Jr., can you help me? Just be very careful. Thank you. Okay. Got that right there. Be careful, careful, slowly. Okay. Okay, it's good. This box is pretty heavy. Can you cut it all? Okay, it's good. Push that blade, push the blade in. Okay. The packaging is pretty good. You see here. Look at that. It tells you a little graphic here how to attach the stand. Okay. Direction. All right. Now let's see if we can open it up. All right. So. Okay, this is just the instruction manual how to attach the stand. Shows the different ports on the back. Alright, it's fine. Alright, let's go. We got a gaming monitor CD here. This is probably just a manual. Comes with a DisplayPort cable. That's pretty cool. DisplayPort, rather than you spending 10 bucks or whatever on your own. Also comes with an HDMI cable. Okay, cool. Looks, here's the power plug, and here we've just got a power brick. We'll put all that stuff back in there so we don't lose it. Okay, here's the stand. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is for the back panel. Oh, okay. Let's take these out a little at a time. Okay, open this up. Let's lift this off. Ooh, there's a monitor. Hold on. See if we can take this off here. Ooh, the short stubby stand over there. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Let's get those directions back. Okay, so it looks like the short end goes on the back of the monitor. Okay, so there's like 3 legs for the stand. The short one goes in the back. So let's take the monitor out. Take a look at it. It's actually looks like a very dark gray black. So I would almost say it's black when you're looking at it. So I have a red tablecloth, so it might be hard to see this red here, but this actually looks pretty good, very gamer-like. So it looks like we have to put the stand in the bottom here. All right, hold on. I'm sure this was packaged like this. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see here. So. Put this upside down. Fix the tablecloth. Okay, that slides on like that. And oh, okay, here we go. Looks like there's a screw in here that you turn. Okay, I tighten the screw. Oh, so the stand is tight. Let's see here. Let's see what this piece is here. Okay, these look like the holograms that get projected off the bottom. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that comes in a separate package. How does this go on? Okay, so it looks like this pops in. There's a little indent here, and this is where the screw goes in, where the stand screws into the monitor arm, and that pops in just like that. Ooh, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Hold on. That probably just pops back in, because they have ones that are replaceable. So let's pop this back in. Okay, so that popped in pretty quickly. Really hard to do this with one hand, so I had to stop the camera real quick. So you basically, where that little indent is, just line it up and it just pops right into place. And don't push on the middle here, because that's what I did, and it popped it out. So that just kind of clips right in there. Okay. All right. Let's stand this thing up. It's here. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is really, let's see if we can get in here. Here's where the Freesync RGB lights are supposed to come out. Republic of Gamers logo. Cable management comes through here on the bottom of here's the stand. So you route the cables down through here, and it comes out through the back here. Okay, that's where your cables will all come out. This really is a black, it's almost a dark gray color. Hard to tell. Yeah, I probably think it's more dark gray than anything else. Okay. Here are the same specs as I said before. It's a very thin bezel, so that's pretty cool. This one is a TN panel, so this is perfect for gaming. I like the stand. The stand is pretty cool. Let's look at the back. Okay, here's the joystick for all your different menu options, and then here are all the different buttons to scroll through the menu. The monitor does turn 90 degrees portrait. Okay, 90 degrees portrait. Okay, you have the power plug here, jack for headphone. You got one display port here and two HDMI ports here. And then obviously there's a cover that actually goes on here that I have it in the box too. There's more cable management over here. So yeah, so the next thing we got to do is really just plug it in, and let's do some quick tests. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some of the basic options here. So I'm hitting the joystick right now. So right now, actually the default is racing mode. That's what the monitor came on. And here are the different modes, and I'll show you what they look like a little bit later on. There's scenery, cinema, all these different modes here, but I'll come back to that. Blue light filter, you know, you can play around with that, see what you like. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Some of the options that I'm going to show you here, for example, let's see here. So if you go to system startup, hopefully you guys can all see that. If you go to system startup, light in motion is the option for the hologram right there. Okay, so that's the hologram. So right now I have it at level 1. Okay, so obviously the higher the number, the brighter it goes. Okay, so let me go out of here. So see, level 3 is the brightest, level 2 is the medium, level 1 is the lightest, and level 0 turns it off. Default was level 1, so I'll leave it at level 1. Now that's pretty bright as it is. I'm okay with that. Okay. Aura RGB default is rainbow. So rainbow is back of the monitor. See the ring? It's basically like you know, a spectrum wave type of option. So I think it's pretty straightforward. Those of you that understand RGB, here are your different options for that. It was default to rainbow, so I like rainbow. Otherwise, you can color cycle it, and it'll just basically go from all the different colors instead of like a spectrum wave. It'll just change from a blue to a purple to yellow. So it just basically cycles through the colors and back to blue. Alright, then you have static colors. That's pretty straightforward. You want to leave it one solid color, breathing, it'll go on and off, strobing, blah blah blah. Or if you turn it off completely, if that's what you want to do too. See? Now no lights. Okay, but I like the default rainbow, so we'll leave it on default rainbow. Okay. Alright, I'll show you some other options. If I hit the gamepad button here, hold on, let me hit that button. So you can actually, if you want to cheat a little bit, for first-person shooters, you have an option to put a crosshair on your screen. Okay, let's see here. I don't like them, so I'm not going to use it. But you do have that option. That does help a lot of people. I'm going to close that out. Also, FPS Counter. What I want to do is, I want to know how many FPS I'm getting. So I don't know what all those options are yet. So what I'm going to do is just make it an FPS option. I want to know how many frames per second I'm getting. Okay. It defaults to 60 FPS, but obviously this is a 240 Hertz monitor. So what I'm going to do is I need to go to my control panel and change that, or just right click on the screen, hit display settings. Okay, for some reason display settings comes on my third monitor over here. Tells you which monitor is which. So this is monitor 1. I'm going to go to display adaptive properties right here. Okay, go to monitor, and as you can see, it is currently set at 60 Hertz. So obviously we want at 240 Hertz. So you have to go into these options and change the refresh rate to 240 Hertz. Otherwise you will not get the maximum possible refresh rate. There we go. So we should be at 240 Hertz. I'm going to keep changes and hit OK, and then we can close out of here. Okay guys, seems every time I update my monitor or make some kind of change, I have to re-download gears, and that's about 124 gigs, so it took me about 20 minutes, which is actually pretty good considering that's a pretty big download. I have a pretty good connection, so I just re-downloaded gears. I'm going to run the benchmark tool. Let's see what the options are set on right now. So right now the video options are in recommended settings. I'm running on an AMD Sapphire AMD RX 480. Not an old card by any means, but by today's standards for enthusiasts, it's, you know, a year old. That's considered old, I guess. So right now it's on ultra settings. I don't know if it's going to be able to handle ultra and high for the most part. So most of the settings are ultra and high, and I'm going to run the benchmark. Left the frame rate at unlimited. Okay, let's try to run the benchmark tool and let's see what happens. Alright, let's see if the monitor's FPS counter is similar to what Gears does. So let's see. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty good. Obviously the settings are a little bit high, so it doesn't seem like it can handle, the graphics card probably can't handle it. So right now it's running about close to 100 frames per second. Gears is saying about 100 frames per second. So they're pretty on point, you know. The monitor and the Gears benchmark is pretty on point. Right now I'm only getting about 100 frames per second, which is still good, but you know, not close to the 240. So let's you know, let's make some changes, see what happens. Okay, let's go to the options. Let's change the quality, let's see what happens. That's ultra, high, medium. Let's go to medium. Okay, medium settings. Let's see what kind of frames we get now. Let's keep our fingers crossed. better. I'll tell you on, I had a different monitor not too long ago. There was also a 144 Hz monitor. It was an Asus entry level 144 Hz monitor, and I was getting pretty good frames. So I guess I'll have to put this in game, see how it is. But on medium settings, I'm getting 130 frames, so better. Let's change it again. Let's see what happens. I could probably go to the options to do this, but I mean, I'd hate to put it on low settings, but let's just do it for the benchmarking, see what happens. Everything's low. Alright, let's run the benchmark again. I don't think I'm going to play this game on low settings, but let's just do it for benchmark purposes. I mean, low settings actually still looks pretty good. Obviously, you know, the characters are a little bit blockier looking. I'm getting about 100 and I've gotten up to 175 frames I just saw. 150, 160. But obviously I don't want to play on low settings, so I think what I'm going to do is try this in game. Let's see how many frames I get. Because on a 144 Hz monitor, I was actually getting about 140 frames per second. So I don't know why on a 240 Hz monitor I would only be getting just as much as a 140 Hz monitor unless my graphics card really can't handle it. So you know what? Let's start actual game and let's see what happens.